Hello, Jays Nation. Welcome back to your go-to channel, Toronto Blue Jays News Network. Today we have 3 jam-packed updates about our Blue Army, which happened or came to our notice just a few hours ago from the winter meetings. We're talking about a bold Rule 5 draft pick, a massive update in the Kyle Tucker sweepstakes, and the latest on our remaining roster needs after landing ace Dylan Cease. So if you are a true Jays fan, you don't want to miss these updates. And yes, before we start the video, I request you to, if you are new to the channel, then don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can stay in the loop and never miss a beat on your favorite team. So without any delay, let's start today's first big update. Update 1. The Blue Jays' bold, high upside gamble. Spencer Miles is the Rule 5 surprise. In a move that's got the baseball world buzzing, your Toronto Blue Jays are once again making headlines for their savvy, high-risk, high-reward approach to the Major League Baseball Rule 5 draft. Instead of playing it safe, the Blue Jays, known for leveraging this draft to find diamonds in the rough, selected 25-year-old right-handed pitcher Spencer Miles from the San Francisco Giants organization. This pick is a perfect example of the Blue Jays continuing to seek ways to exploit all avenues of player acquisition. Assistant General Manager Mike Murov described Miles as having a high-upside stuff collection and believes he has the potential to impact the team. But here's where the gamble comes in, Jays Nation. Miles, like Angel Bastardo, the right-hander we plucked from the Boston Red Sox last year, is coming off a major elbow reconstruction surgery, better known as Tommy John surgery. This is not his first setback either. He missed his entire first full professional season in 2023 due to back surgery. A key difference from Bastardo is that Miles has only made 10 professional appearances, none above low A, since being drafted in the 4th round by the Giants in 2022. Bastardo, for comparison, had reached Double A before the Blue Jays selected him. However, the scouting reports on Miles from the recently completed Arizona Fall League, the so-called Fall League, are absolutely glowing. In 5 outings, he pitched for 8 2/3 innings, racking up an impressive 12 strikeouts while issuing only 1 walk. His stuff, specifically a 95-mile-an-hour sinker that projects as an elite weapon against right-handed hitters, along with a cutter he can use against lefties, is what captured the Blue Jays' attention. What truly separated him from other high-upside guys attainable in the draft? According to Murov, it was the actual command that came with his big-time stuff. Miles now faces the challenge of spending the entire 2026 season in the majors, or he will be offered back to the Giants for $50,000. It's a $100,000 bet on a player who, despite the injury history, showed elite control and dominant stuff in the Fall League. The Blue Jays organization believes in his maturity and ability to face this challenge, especially with minor league pitching director Justin Lair having familiarity with him from his time with the Giants system. As Murov stated, the rest is up to how he pitches. If he can consistently post, maintain that command, and keep his stuff, he will be easy to keep. This pick shows the Blue Jays are serious about adding high-octane arms to the bullpen mix, even if it requires a leap of faith. That's the lowdown on the Rule 5 draft surprise, Spencer Miles. What are your thoughts on taking on another injured pitcher with high upside? Do you think he can stick on the big league roster all year? Update 2. Dodgers back off. Are the Blue Jays now the heavy favorites in the Kyle Tucker mega sweepstakes? This is the news you've been waiting for. The Kyle Tucker sweepstakes, a hunt for the superstar outfielder projected to sign a massive $427 million contract, has just seen a dramatic shift, placing your Toronto Blue Jays in the driver's seat. For weeks, the Blue Jays, New York Yankees, and Los Angeles Dodgers have been viewed as the top 3 teams who could actually afford this kind of contract. But here's the game-changing development. Insider reports from Ken Rosenthal and Katie Wu of The Athletic dropped a massive update on Wednesday. The Los Angeles Dodgers are reportedly unwilling to offer Tucker a 6- or 7-year deal. Instead, the Dodgers are supposedly opting for a shorter 3- or 4-year deal with a much higher average annual value, similar to the 3-year, $120 million contract Alex Bregman landed with the Boston Red Sox. This is a huge update for our Blue Jays. With the Dodgers seemingly pulling back on the long-term commitment Tucker is seeking, and the Yankees reportedly looking at a different top bat, Cody Bellinger instead, the path to signing Tucker has just gotten significantly clearer for Toronto. The Blue Jays, who have already been seen as favorites alongside the Dodgers, should now be viewed as the heavy favorites going forward, unless Los Angeles dramatically changes its stance. Not only did Tucker visit the Blue Jays' impressive spring training complex in Dunedin, but we are also the defending American League champions, making this a highly attractive destination. However, two former Major League Baseball general managers, Jim Bowden and Steve Phillips, have warned the Blue Jays front office to be careful. Jim Bowden noted that if no other team is willing to give Tucker the long-term contract length he wants, whether that's 6, 7, or 8 years, then general manager Ross Atkins must guard against bidding against himself. As a team that resides in Canada and a highly taxed location, Toronto has been known to overpay to get free agents in the past. Former GM Steve Phillips echoed this sentiment perfectly, saying, "If I'm the Blue Jays and the Dodgers aren't going to give him a long-term deal and the Yankees are not going to give him a long-term deal and I'm the only one there, then I'm not going to give him a long-term deal. I'm going to go to the lowest threshold I can to get him to say yes. Why would I give him 7 or 8 years?" The danger is clear. The Jays brass, riding high off their World Series showing, must guard against going overboard. But the bottom line, Jays Nation, is this: the ball is rolling heavily in our favor. With the main competition pulling back on the years, the Blue Jays hold a major advantage. The dream of having Kyle Tucker anchoring our outfield and lineup could very well become a reality by the end of December. That's a huge shift in the pursuit of Kyle Tucker. Are you worried about the Blue Jays overpaying, or do you want Ross Atkins to do whatever it takes to land our superstar bat? Update 3. After Cease, what's left? The Blue Jays' 3 biggest needs and the looming Bo Bichette question. Despite making major waves at the winter meetings, General Manager Ross Atkins is heading back north knowing the job isn't quite finished. The Blue Jays were the talk of the meetings, still riding the momentum from their World Series showing, but without making a single move during the event itself. Why? Because the heavy lifting was already done. We jumped the market with that massive 7-year, $210 million deal for ace Dylan Cease, and shortly after, the Cody Ponce agreement for 3 years and $30 million. This gives the Blue Jays one of the deepest and most talented rotations in baseball. But as the entire industry moves slowly, here are the 3 biggest remaining needs that will define the rest of our offseason. Need 1. Back-end reliever. This is the closest thing to a true need for the Blue Jays right now. Both GM Ross Atkins and manager John Schneider spoke about the desire to bolster the back end of the bullpen. The search is on for either a new closer or direct competition for Jeff Hoffman. 2 big names the Blue Jays were connected to throughout the meetings were Robert Suarez and Pete Fairbanks. Remember our Rule 5 pick, Spencer Miles? While he's a high upside gamble, landing an established veteran here is crucial to secure those late-inning leads as we head into the 2026 season. Need 2. One more big bat. This brings us right back to the central offseason debate. Kyle Tucker or Bo Bichette? As much as we'd love both, that feels extremely unlikely. Tucker stands atop the market and fits the lineup almost perfectly. With the massive update in the sweepstakes, Update 2, the focus will intensify there. However, the Blue Jays are in a great spot because they can wait for these markets to unfold. If Bo Bichette's market dips, which is now more possible, he becomes an awfully attractive known commodity. And speaking of Bichette, GM Ross Atkins gave a word salad answer when asked about Bo and whether he can play shortstop on the 2026 Blue Jays. Atkins said, "We have several guys that can play shortstop and that Bichette is an incredible player that would make any team better." Even though he didn't say anything of substance, that non-committal answer spoke volumes about the team's willingness to let the market dictate his future as the focus remains on Tucker. Need 3. Infield depth. This isn't a pressing need, but is an area where we are likely to see some tinkering. The Blue Jays have always liked a veteran presence behind Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at first base, and names like Brandon Belt, Justin Turner, Daniel Vogelbach, or Ty France could fill that role. Backup catcher is also a possibility, though Tyler Heineman is coming off a fine year, and Brandon Valenzuela is a factor for 2026. The takeaway: the days of players questioning if they should consider Toronto are long gone. This is now a destination. As Ross Atkins stated, over time, lots of people, most importantly ownership, have just poured resources into the Toronto Blue Jays, which has made the team more and more attractive, building into the momentum we're seeing today. We have a championship caliber team, as new ace Dylan Cease said, and with one or two more big moves, especially that impact bat, the Blue Jays will be ready to cement their status as perennial contenders. And that is your full breakdown of the three biggest Toronto Blue Jays updates fresh off the Major League Baseball winter meetings. From the high-risk, high-reward Rule 5 selection of the flame-throwing Spencer Miles, who we hope can stick in our bullpen, to the massive news that has propelled the Blue Jays into the driver's seat of the $427 million Kyle Tucker sweepstakes, and finally, the two key needs remaining, a reliever and that final big bat. The Blue Jays are set for a thrilling end to the year. The decisions Ross Atkins and the front office make in the coming weeks regarding Tucker and Bo Bichette could shape the trajectory of this team for years to come. What update was the most exciting for you, Jays Nation? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video if you're fired up for the rest of the offseason, and subscribe to Toronto Blue Jays News Network to stay in the loop with all the latest developments as they break. Thank you so much for watching, and we will catch you in the next update. Go Jays, go!